Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day. So this is a clip from a previously recorded video. This is a much shorter clip of it. But as always, not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research. And I'm invested in closing companies. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. And let's get into the clip. Okay, so that's it for those. Let's take a look at Hut 8 here. We've done this one before, but it was a different spreadsheet. Well, it's the same spreadsheet, but just this one's updated now with a lot more metrics that we have here for them. And we can kind of go back 12 months and see how they've progressed. So Hut 8 has 223 million shares outstanding roughly, market cap about 373 million, stock price $1.60 something. I didn't update this today, so that's off by a little bit on that one, but we're pretty close to that. Current hash rate is about 2.6 exahash. Future hash rate is supposed to be around 3.28. Roughly, they have about 694 petahash left to install. So they are 78.91% operational. Hash rate growth left is about 26.73%. They do hodl a lot though. 9,113 BTC is being hodled. That's valued at about 262 million right now. And their hodl to market cap is 70.31%, which is probably one of the highest ones here that we cover. And each share has about $1.17. So majority of the shares are basically hodl value. Okay. Now looking at their BTC production here, we can see that they have, in the beginning of last year, started going up a little bit as far as production is concerned, all the way through August, which they peaked at 375. September was down to 277, then up a little bit in October to 299, and then November down to 238. December was down to 161. January they were up a little bit here to 188, and then they've been down in February to 156, and March 131. Right, part of that problem is that their growth has been kind of leveled off a little bit here, and even actually went down because of the dispute with the electricity provider at North Bay, I believe it is. So that's contributed to less and less Bitcoin being generated, plus with them not growing, that's the other reason there for it. Okay, you can see that their BTC value of their market cap is about 41.28%. If I have that correct, yep, 41.28% of that makes up for it, right? It should be, well, it's a combination of the two, so I'll have to see that one. Hash rate left, 684 petahash. Future hash rate, they're pretty much almost fully installed. And then BTC for the month was 131 mined. BTC sold was 240, so they sold almost double that what they mined. And they still have the hodl position of 9,133. You can see that their hodl position has been growing over the months here up to, looks like January is when they peaked. And then they sold off in February and in March. And you can see how much they sold off here in this bottom chart. They sold 188 in February and 240 in March, it looks like. So they've sold pretty much their production here for, what is it going to be? 240 and 188. It's going to be 428, 428. So almost 3 months worth of production here, it looks like. They've sold off in just 2 months alone. And they're trying to dilute less because they have diluted like crazy last year, just trying to hodl everything. Okay, so that's that. Their BTC per exahash efficiency has been coming down as well. The average right now for the miners that are doing really good is about 85, 86, 87, 88, right around there. They're way below that right now. They're one of the least efficient miners that we cover here currently. And then if we look at their hash rate and revenue, we can see that their hash rate, like I said, back in December, kind of plummeted here a little bit because of the North Bay dispute with the electricity provider. You can see that they were at 3.2, and that fell down to 2.5 in December, and it stayed that way for a couple months. They had a little bit of an increase in March here to 2.594, and then their value or revenue generated per Bitcoin per month, has been coming down here pretty consistently here throughout the year. They were really good at 11.6 million at the beginning of April of last year, so right around this time. And then you can see that they came down, went up a little bit, and then continued to come down, went up, and it's continuing to come down. So that's concerning as well. Okay, here's their hash rate difference from each month. BTC sold value. They sold 4.38 million roughly in February and 6 million in March, so that's about 10 million there. Last 4 quarters revenue, you can see that that has been continuing to come down, even with Bitcoin going up in value the last quarter here, Q1 of 2023. They've actually generated less Bitcoin, but we'll see how that plays out because this also includes, I'm trying to think, it doesn't include anything else. I think it's just for Bitcoin. They're self-mining and also possibly for the data centers as well, possibly in there. but that's kind of where we're at right now. That might be up a little bit with the data centers as well. I'm just looking at the Bitcoin mine. Okay, last 4 quarters operating costs, those have been going up as well, so that's not a good sign there. They dumped a lot of stuff in Q4 that highly increased their cost by almost 4x here from Q3. They were at 42.61 million in Q3. Now in Q4, 165.182 million. Huge increase in there. That's not good. We'd like to see that come down on their operating costs as well. Other metrics wise, when we look at them here, cost of money 1 BTC is about 18.4 thousand for Q4, up a little bit from Q3, which was 17.7K, but still down from Q2 where it was 25.27K. So that's good there. And then Bitcoin mined per quarter, they've been kind of flat here a little bit with some little advances here from quarter to quarter in the first 3 quarters of 2022. And then Q4 had a big dip there to 698 and Q3 had 982. So that's another thing that's kind of concerning, right? They're generating less and less Bitcoin each month. And then looking at their debt to equity, lower is obviously better here. That has increased a little bit here over the last 3 quarters to Q4 of being 0.1752. Q3 was 0.357, sorry. And then their current ratio, higher is better. That's been coming down as well. They started out at Q1 with 20, and they're down to 8.1513 in Q4 as well. But they're still doing really good. They still have plenty of cash. They can basically pay their current liabilities off 8 times over. So that's not a big issue there. Not too concerning there as well. Total current assets has been coming down from a high of Q1 of 453.6 million all the way down to Q4 of 245.6 million. And that could be based on, number one, Bitcoin value coming down, minor depreciation, all that stuff as well. It's having an impact on it, so that's okay there. And their total current liabilities has been increasing here steadily ever since it should have been, why does it say Q1 there? It should have been Q4. These are off. I'll have to change these. I'll update these for you guys. But that's been going up a little bit here, but still not concerning because they still have so much cash or in HODL position, which is fine. Okay. Now, as far as institutions and analyst ratings, we've went over this before. Those are still the same. We have 1 strong buy rating, 1 buy rating, 2 hold ratings. Price target is a high of $3.72. Average is at $2.11, and the low is at $1.12. I have them at currently with a P of 15. At 50% net income from gross revenue, which is the current quarter that we're in, plus the last 3 quarters, which are official. Combined total is about 72.2 million. So we're looking at $2.42 for them for that 75% net income from gross revenue. With a P of 15, we're looking at $3.63. So kind of in line with what they're kind of looking at here as far as analysts are ratings them on, okay? So I still think that they are undervalued, but definitely would like to see them grow a lot more. Now, they are going to be going with the USBTC merger. We'll see how that goes through for them. That should get them at least, I think, another 2.5 exahash, possibly of self-mining. So that would increase things for them a little bit here as well. But I'm not sure how all the share dilution is going to work, where they're doing a split and equal merger things. It's just going to be weird and crazy there. But we'll cover it, obviously, when it does happen here. So, as always, you guys know that spreadsheets are available to all my Patreon members. They get these, and then also my YouTube members get basically a printout of this dashboard here for them. And that gets uploaded here probably either later on tonight or tomorrow, sometime when I have the time to do it. So those will get there. Also, another thing I'm thinking about doing is maybe making this into a podcast version of it as well. I'm going to try it out, see how it goes. If it goes well, I think YouTube makes it pretty easy to do that. So I figured, why the heck not? We'll do that as well. So if you guys want to just listen to an audio version of this, you can, or at least in some time. And I'll let you know when that does happen, when these do go live that way.